Babasa muna ako. In 1565, the pre-Spanish period existed. There's a so-called oral tradition, which means literature is being passed down through speech from generation to generation without any author. Folk songs are one of the oldest forms of Philippine literature that rose during the pre-Spanish period. Example of folk song is Laron Laron Sinta. Folk tales, or also known kwentong bayan, are made of stories about love, life, adventure, horror, and many other genres that you can learn lessons from. Example is The Moon and the Sun. Hele or lullabies are form of songs that are sung to put babies to sleep. An example of lullaby is Ili Ili Tulog Anay. Bugtongs are rhyming words that are made up of one or more lines. It is usually consists of 4 to 12 syllables. Sayings are figurative words that are said by our ancestors and have moral lesson to it. These are commonly used in commenting on a person's life or a person's action. Epics are long narrative poems that usually describe a series of heroic events or achievements, usually starring a hero. An example of epics is Bantugan. Hala, late na ako sa bus.
The same year, 1565, Spain conquered the Philippines and Christianity was introduced, and European powers shaped our literature and thinking. Spaniards claimed that our folklore was a work of a devil. That's why most of our epics, legends, and stories are vanished into the thin air. Religious prose and poetry were introduced to spread religion in the Philippines. The three pieces of poetry that were famous during the Spanish period are Doctrina Cristiana, Pasyong Mahal, and Urbana at Evelisa. There are also secular prose and poetry that appeared during this period that does not have religious themes. Plays like Nakakulo and Zarzuela emerged in this period.
In 1872, propaganda movements were established in period of enlightenment. This movement was led by our Filipino intellectuals such as Jose Rizal and Marcelo del Pilar. The spirits of Filipinos were awakened after the persecution of the three priests, Gomez, Burgos, Zamora. The works of Dr. Jose Rizal helped bring the Philippine Revolution, which resulted into the downfall of Spanish period. During the American regime, the new set of colonizers, the Americans brought new changes in Philippine literature. Their languages helped their culture bring into our own. The new forms of literature rose during American period was news reporting, poetry, essays, stories, and more. The Tagalog writer in regional languages continued writing their novel. The Philippine literature in English thrives, but those was written in regional languages was given a little more info.
Very authentic. Japan conquered the Philippines. English literature was interrupted. Most newspapers did not circulate in communities. The common themes of most poems were nationalism, love, provincial life, religion, faith, and the arts. The three types of poems are haiku, tanaga, and karaniwang anyo. Later on, magazines such as Liwayway soon began circulating again because they were managed by a Japanese man named Ishiwara. Oy, Dok, di ba mahilig ka sa history? Oh, ito. Recommended ko yan.
Par, salamat.
Okay, parang. Thank you.
Because of the strict prohibitions that were imposed by the Japanese, Philippine literature in English experienced a dark period. The few who dared to write it so for their living or for propaganda. Literatures that came put during this period were journalistic style. Writers felt defeated, but slowly the spirit of nationalism started to flow into their consciousness. Palangka Awards launched in the 1950s, resulting to inspire our Filipino writers.
Uy, ano yan?
Uy, hindi pa ako tapos
Babalik ko na lang.
According to Pushano Pineda, youth activism in this period was due to domestic and worldwide causes. Because of the ills of society, youth moved to seek reforms. The seeds of youth activism resulted in the declaration of martial law in 1972. Youth in this period became rebellious. This was proven not only in the bloody demonstration and in the sidewalk expression, but also in literature. Campus newspapers showed rebellious emotions. They held pens and wrote on placards in red paints. The equivalent word of makibaka, which also means to dare.
Almost all themes in writing dealt with the development or progress of the country such as green revolution, family planning, nutrition, environment, drug addiction, and pollution. The new society tried to stop writings that give bad influence on the morals of the people. The forms of literature that led during this period were the essay, debate, and poetry. The themes and style in writing are the same in the previous period. The revivals of old plays and drama like Tagalog Zarzuela, Zinaculo, and Embarako.
All school paper were temporarily stopped. So is the school organization. There is a new office that was established by the government called the Ministry of Public Affairs. It supervised the book, newspaper, and other publication that was written by the writer.
After 10 years of military rule was changes in life of the Filipinos, wherein evident and infamous martial law was lifted on January 2, 1981, the Philippines becoming a new nation and former President Marcos was called as the New Republic of the Philippines. Poems during this period of the Third Republic